As just mentioned, shares in Palantir have been climbing in the pre-market. That software vendor beat fourth quarter estimates on the strength of its AI and defense businesses. Let's get more from Michelle Connell, president of Portia Capital Management. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Palantir, of course, is in some ways a poster child for the high-flying tech stocks over the past couple of years.
Good morning, Andrew. Thank you for having me. And you're dead on correct in terms of Palantir being a darling, especially for high-flying tech. But they didn't disappoint this time. They took up their estimates that this year in 2026, revenues should be up, according to them, 61%. U.S. revenues up 100%. There just continues to be a high demand for their software platform that combines AI with decision making, and that's their competitive moat.
Comment, would you be a buyer of Palantir now, or has the stock, maybe we'll put up a 5-year chart, is the stock too rich?
I think it's a little bit rich for me because even though my background is semiconductors and tech stocks, you look at the forward PE on this and it's about 145 times earnings. Ooh. And compare that to NVIDIA, which is only 25 forward earnings. So it's pretty rich here. And in the last year, I believe with today up about 80% or more. So it's pretty rich here, but you know, does the company warrant it because they do have that competitive moat that I spoke of? Maybe, but I would not be a buyer here because I see that, you know, I always look at things in terms of upside versus downside, and I don't see a real good trade-off there.
Commenting on earnings overall, you reckon that tech and industrials have been strong sectors so far?
Yes, they definitely have. But it's those tech companies that are delivering, right? So you look at the difference between Microsoft and Meta. They're both putting so much money into a capital infrastructure for AI. Meta is able to deliver on the revenues behind that. Microsoft is not. So you have to be very selective about what you're buying, and that companies can continue to, if they have a big capital spend, that they are going to be able to deliver on the earnings and on the revenue side.
You have some stock ideas for us, and you've been following semiconductors for quite a while. Taiwan Semi, what attracts you to that name, Michelle, right now?
They are the #1 fabrication facility in the world. Intel is like the stepchild that is trying to catch up #2, and they just can't do it. And Taiwan is able to continue to build out their fabrication facilities, and the demand just keeps roaring behind it. They cannot keep up with that demand, at least at this point, no matter how much they're spending on building those fabrication facilities. So their revenue and their earnings are expected to be up over 30% this year, and they keep increasing their earnings. So I think it has some upside here, at least probably in the next 12 to 18 months.
Another tech name that you favor is Broadcom, and of course they are seen by some as an AI play.
They definitely are an AI play. That's what the market has been rewarding them for anyway. About 50% of their revenues at this point come from AI chips. The difference with Broadcom versus NVIDIA is more of a general or a GPU chip play for artificial intelligence. Broadcom helps deliver a customized AI chip for their clients. So they're able to build out the needs that a company may have specifically for their own environment. And that is why I like this particular name.
And then finally, Okta, O-K-T-A on the NASDAQ. Remind us what they do, please.
There are a software play that delivers artificial intelligence or AI agents, and they provide a complete platform that can help a company build out an AI agent platform and they have not been rewarded well in the last year, as you can see from the chart. It's starting to get some interest here as they're signing up more customers. I think last year they signed up about 200 more clients for that AI platform that they're able to deliver. I do need to say that is not their only product. But what tells me that there might be some more value to the stock, Andrew, is that the company announced a big buyback at the beginning of January.
And and that seems like a reasonable use of the cash.
Yes, it does. And they have enough cash, too, that they'll continue making acquisitions and tucking them in, which the company has been very adept at doing. They've got strong management.
Michelle, thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Andrew.
Michelle Connell, President of Portia Capital Management.